Theology in 3 minutes. Topic: the argument from anecdotal evidence. When people talk about arguments for faith, one of the first things you'll often hear dismissed is anecdotal evidence, and to be fair, that criticism is usually warranted. Anecdotal evidence is not typically very convincing, especially to those who respond best to careful reasoning, formal logic, or historical analysis. It does not scale well to large audiences, it does not perform well in debate formats, and it is rarely persuasive to someone who has not already experienced something similar themselves. Because of that, anecdotal evidence is often set aside in apologetics discussions as intellectually insufficient. However, even though it isn't a useful tool in apologetics, it is extraordinarily powerful on a private and individual level. And on an individual level, personal experience may be the most convincing force of all. Those who attest to faith-defining events in their lives often hold their convictions with a zealous intensity that even cradle-raised believers sometimes lack. Their beliefs are forged through personal experience, not merely adopted through instruction or inheritance. These testimonies span a wide spectrum. On the extreme end, there are claims of supernatural encounters, Marian apparitions, visions, near-death experiences, or alleged cases of demonic possession and deliverance. On the subtler end are experiences far more common and often more relatable, answered prayers that seem too specific or too timely to dismiss, unexpected healing or recovery from illness or injury, moments of profound conviction, peace or moral clarity that emerge during prayer or crisis, patterns of providence, what many describe as coincidences, that feel guided rather than random, puzzle pieces that happen to fall into place, despite the overwhelming odds against them, and without which the subsequent events could not have occurred. Regardless if one believes these claims from the outside, for the people involved they are remembered and interpreted as encounters with the spiritual realm, and no amount of abstract intellectualism is likely to convince them otherwise. Individually, any one of these accounts can be dismissed, but collectively, their sheer frequency becomes difficult to ignore. Across history, cultures, even religions or denominations, people have always reported strikingly similar categories of experience. These are not isolated anomalies, nor are they easily reduced to simple explanations like mass hysteria or wishful thinking, especially when they occur in private, often without any expectation of publicity or validation. These experiences can be so powerful that they completely redirect a person's course, alter their outlook on life itself, and even reshape their personality. Once someone believes they have personally encountered divine agency, or witnessed the supernatural firsthand, any skepticism feels reductive or insufficient, and their convictions become ingrained into their core being. That said, it is important to be honest. Anecdotal evidence does not stand well on its own in formal apologetics. It cannot function as a universal proof, and should not be mistaken for a rigorous intellectual foundation for belief. But that does not make it insignificant. When it happens, and to the individuals it happens to, it carries a weight that no other experience, evidence, or argument ever could. The anecdotal argument may not convince the crowd, but it often convinces the person, and in matters of faith, that power is worth acknowledging.